Well, 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 what have we here? On the heels of my video about how much the Cavs suck and Ty Lue particularly sucks, and this team is moribund and the coach is not getting anything out of them, they lose again. Shocker. I think it's 4 out of 5 loss now. I mean, they can't beat anybody, particularly on the road. It's just sad. In this one, you can use a little bit less of an injury excuse because, oh, look at here. J.R. Smith came back, played 19 minutes, minus 28 plus minus, but still, he came back, so. And you can still cry about, oh, Kevin Love's still out. Come on. Kevin Love's injury prone. Kyrie Irving's injury prone. Get over it. If you're expecting to count on those guys to be there every game, give up the season. David Blatt won 60 without him, more or less. And this team has a lot of talent. Look at this box score. These are LeBron James. Okay, well, that's pretty good. And I didn't see the game, obviously, because it's kind of a minor game here. I don't even know what network it was on or if I get that network, but I don't get NBA TV. But look at LeBron. I'm just looking at this box score. LeBron was plus 18 and we lost the game. I don't even know what the fuck Lue was doing. J.R. Smith minus 28? Holy smokes. It looks like bad. Looks like Smith may have been a little rusty. I haven't even seen highlights in this game, let alone that game. Looks like Smith may have been a little rusty and 1 of 9 from the field, and Lue just stuck with him. I mean, probably another terrible coaching job by Lue. Going back to the talent of the team, you got James, you got Tristan Thompson, who in my opinion is a stud. Yeah, he's not an all-star, but he's one of these, like Horace Grant on the Bulls types. He's integral to a championship-winning team. He's a great player. He gets rebounds. He does the little dirty work. You don't need to run plays for him, which is great on a team with Love and Irving. He's a scrapper. I see he was a minus 22 in this game, but the point isn't he's young. He's a good player, plus player, on the roster, on the starting lineup. Kyrie Irving next up. 20. I have my doubts about how good he is sometimes, but he's 24 years old or whatever he is, 23. I don't know. If you're gonna cry when he's out about how great he is, then he better be great when he's there. So how are you gonna deny and say the Cavs don't have talent now? If Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love are so good, like these Cavs apologists who want to explain away how much the Cavs suck all the time with injuries, like Brian Windhorst, then you gotta say Kyrie Irving's a great player. So if you've got two great players on your team, who cares who you have around him? You should be able to win 50 plus games, which the Cavs will, but the Cavs have more than that. They have more than two great players. They have a pretty darn good supporting cast at this point, with or without Love. So, yeah, you've got, Richard Jefferson, okay. I would accept that he's probably not the greatest player in the world. He's kind of a fill-in, a body, but Shumpert, pretty decent. Again, I would, accept that he's maybe not a great player, but I mean, I still consider 3 of these 5 in the starting lineup heavy pluses. Like a lot of people may not think much of Tristan Thompson, but I think he's definitely a plus player. Then you've got Channing Frye. Great at his role, great shooter, great player, really. You've got Darren Williams now. Come on, he may be on the downside of his career, but Darren Williams, You got J.R. Smith, another about like Shumpert, good player, good, good cog in a machine. If you've got LeBron James there, you need players like that to grease the skids, and he's good. Kyle Korver, guess he was injured this game, didn't know that, but you've got tons of talent on this team that you got to be able to. Okay, you're missing Korver and Love. You've still got Darren Williams. You still got Tristan Thompson. You still got LeBron James. You still got Kyrie Irving. You still got Channing. This team is loaded with talent. More so now that they picked up Darren Williams and Korver. I guess this one may be going the slight injury excuse column. I didn't realize Corver was out. I'm just looking at this box score. But come on, this team, they're bad, Every road game I figure they're going to lose, and they usually do, in the last month. They're coming apart, honestly. Look at these Pistons, 32 and 30. They're 500 team, and the Cavs lose to them. Can we beat anybody on the road? Now we've still got 3 more road games and home games coming. Well, let's go look at the NBA standings here. Now we're just 2 up of Cleveland. We're in trouble. Of Boston. It's another pathetic job by Ty Lue. Let's look at some of the other scores and comment on them here. Clippers beat the Grizzlies. Thunder beat the Spurs. That's good. So yeah, just another check-in on the terrible Cavs. Let's look at our schedule here. And let's see what we've got coming up. Look at this, 4 out of 5 now. I thought it was 3 out of 4. 4 out of 5. 5 out of 7 loss. Where's Brian Windhorst going to be? Oh, the Cavs were hot. And they just got through a horrible freaking January. Decent February, but even the wins weren't impressive, really, if you're asking me. We got a couple of decently impressive wins, but so yeah, another poor effort by a team that's just not good. Now we've got at Orlando, and no reason they probably won't beat us. What's their record here? 24-4. They're not much worse than the Pistons. At Houston, that's a L. The way the Cavs are playing, they got Detroit, Utah. This 4-game road trip, Clippers loss. Lakers, Denver, they'll lose. Charlotte, they can lose any given game. They can lose to Charlotte. Charlotte's pretty good this year, aren't they? Let me check it out. Nah, but still, it's a weak-ass schedule, and we're still, I don't know. This team is not, let's compare their record even to last year, which, again, last year, to have this much talent and finish 57-25, that's a joke. That's on Ty Lue again. You need to be winning 60 games with this squad, period. And at this point, we can have 4 more losses to match last year's record. 4 more. We'd have to go 15-4 to match last year's lackluster record. But we can't win a game on the road right now. We've lost 5. We're 2-5 over the last 7 games, and you think we're going to go 15-4 the rest of the way? Let me count the L's here. Probably an L at Houston. Very well could be an L at the Clippers, probably. Probably an L at San Antonio, obviously. Let me make another point. This is another reason these Cavs suck. Because, see this game at San Antonio, you think the Cavs got a chance in this game? They should. They're an incredibly talented team. Do I really think they have a chance? No. Why do I have that mindset? Why am I sitting there like, we've got no chance in this game? Because we don't. And that's just sad that's where Ty Lue has this team. Where if we go on the road to Golden State or San Antonio, we don't have a prayer. And maybe that'll all change in the playoffs and like Ty Lue's lucky championship last year, but I doubt it. Is he going to luck into another one? Probably not. I'd say it's about as likely we get upset in the second round or first round as that we beat the Warriors, or I'd give us a better chance against San Antonio. I don't know. All this just to say that I don't like Ty Lue. I think you need to fire him. We're going to play this season out, no doubt, but, I'm wondering what is David Griffith going to do if this spell continues, if we keep sucking? Is this team going to crater now? Or 2-5? Imagine if any other top contender went 2-5, and this happens regularly with the Cavs. That's why we've got 21 losses. Imagine if San Antonio went 2-5. I guess Golden State they've lost 3 out of 4, I think, and that's like a holy smokes, a nuclear meltdown. Never mind, they're still like 10, 12 games better than the Cavs or something stupid. So I guess I mean, we literally haven't seen this from the Cavs in 3 years of the Warriors in 3 years of Steve Kerr. The Cavs, it happens about every other week lately. So yeah, I'm on team, team implode. These Cavs they're teetering. As Skip Bayless, who I hate his dumbass, but as Skip Bayless would say, season on the brink or teetering on the brink. These Cavs are teetering. They really are. And maybe I'll make another video about who I blame. At the end of the day, I blame this guy. I mean, I want to blame David Griffith for hiring Lou. But at the end of the day, this guy got what he wanted. He got the coach he wanted. He got Kevin Love that he wanted. And he's going to get what he wants right out of any more championships at this rate. So the guy I really all blame is right there. But like I said, that's another video. Still got 4 minutes of time left on this one. But yeah. This team is cratering and it needs to get better, and the record is terrible, and fire Ty Lue. Boston is closing fast, and I wonder what Brian Windhorst is saying to make an excuse this time. I remember Skip Bayless before the season, he predicted the Cavs to win the title, and he said, this is the most talented team, we're going to, after this opening win over the Knicks, look at this 117-88 so long ago. It looked like I remember him tweeting, LeBron now has the all-star team and that he always wanted. And, LeBron has the league's best team behind him and this and that. It should be. Skip's right. It should be. But under Ty Lue, it ain't. This team is not good. And like I said, the proof's in the regular season. Look at this. We started 6-0, so since then, I guess we're 36-21. God, we're the Washington freaking Wizards. That's about their record, probably. God, 36-21. Pathetic on Ty Lue's part. Since this opening 6-game winning streak. And shoot, let's see, we went 9-1, so what does that work out to? 33-20? God, and it looks like we started out 10, 11, 12, 13, 13-2. So since then, we've gone 29-19. I mean, not that far above 500. Just absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. It looks... Yeah. At this point, hell, we were 25-7, 26-7 at one. 20. Let's go here. Let's go 28-8 at that point. We're now 42-20, so we're 42-21. I think we're 14-13 over our last 27 games. So, fire Ty Lue. Stop the excuses. Where's your excuses going to be when we get bounced by the Heat in the first round, or the Celtics before in the conference finals? Because it's about as likely to happen as us beating Golden State. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this team, quote unquote, turns it on in the playoffs and everything. But that's one of those things where, as they say, I'll take my chances betting against that. It's like Max Kellerman sometimes says on that show. He'll say that people will say, well, Brady's Brady's so good. And he'll say, look, no quarterback's ever been great past age 40, which Brady, I guess, is about to turn or whatever. And the co-hosts will be like, well, yeah, but, who's to say it's Tom Brady? And he goes, well, yes, Tom Brady might be great past 40. If anyone can do it, he could. But I'll bet all day, if I was betting money, that he won't. If he does, he does. But the smart bet is to say, the odds are overwhelming that he won't. It's the same with the Cavs, They may turn on the playoffs, okay, they may be the team that does that, but you wouldn't bet it if you were smart, because the signs are all there that things are not looking good for my Cavs.